Hello, just me, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Or should that be Wider-Man, eh? Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong script. Sorry, hold on, I'll be right with you. Okay, apparently today's lesson is on how to use Audacity. Fun stuff. So I've downloaded Audacity, that's the icon right there, and I've opened it up. I've got one session open. What I like to do though, I'm a bit of a greedy git. I like to open 3. File, new, and just do that a couple more times so that when you go down the bottom here you've got 3. One will be where you record your voice. One will be where you dump all of your audio to, your music, adverts, etc. And the other one will be your completed radio show. Your completed file will go into your third one. So if you've got a USB microphone, you've plugged it into your laptop and you're ready to go. Select it from the microphone drop down screen here. There'll be a list of all the inputs that your laptop or computer can find. This microphone is a USB PNP audio device. I know because I've used it before. So record it, and just to prove it, hello, this is my voice. See, that's the waveform as well. And this is a radio show. You're listening on 107.5 FM and Felixstowe Radio.org.uk. Welcome to this really strange radio show. It's so strange, you'd think it was ICR. Oh, did I say that? Oh, no, I daren't. No, but I did. Oh, well. So you've done your radio show. You've got this completed waveform right here, but you've got to add some music. You've introed some music. Coming up next, we have a classic from the Beatles from 1965. You have a space. That's where you couldn't put your Beatles track. Something like this. So you've done this a couple of times and you've outroed songs. That was the Kinks with Picture Book there, a classic from the 1960s. And coming up next, where would the 70s be without T-Rex and Mark Bolan? Nowhere. Space. 1973's finest wizards, See My Baby Jive. And now we're travelling into the 1980s with OMD and Electricity. It's a song that didn't even make the UK Top 100 when it was released. That's a chart fact for you. But it's a brilliant song. This is now on 107.5 FM. So you've done this a couple of times. And now you've got spaces where you've got to put music in. So when you've finished, you put your microphone down, you finish your radio show. It's all done. You've recorded your voice. Now you've got to piece it all together. Step 2, I use iTunes. So you've got to wait for this to upload. You've got to wait for this to load up in order to find your music. Pass the time by making a cup of tea. Pass the time by playing some Pokemon. Hi, Poliwhirl. Hi. Pass the time by watching Doctor Who. Watch them in order. By the time you get to the 8th Doctor, iTunes might have just loaded up. There it is. Bit quicker this time. Right. So the first one I suggested was the Beatles, wasn't it? So let's find the Beatles here. There we go. I don't even know if it's from 1965. I just said a random year. If I get this right, it'd be brilliant, but I bet I won't. So I'm going to go for... Doesn't really matter, does it? A Day in the Life. That's the late 60s, I know. So what we do, you can either, if you're in iTunes, show in Windows Explorer, drag and drop. But what I like to do is just drag it from iTunes. What I'm doing is just holding down. You might have a mouse. Left mouse. Drag into Audacity. Into your second one where you put your audio. And wait for that to load up. And then normalize it. So double click. Make sure it's highlighted, effect, and normalize. -3, that is the audio level that we all use at radio. It's a standard. It's what every song on Rivendell is, level 2. So highlight it again, and you can cut and paste. But wait, you've done this bit. Go back to your audio. This is fun. So you find where you've said Beatles. You're listening on 107.5 FM and Felixstowe Radio.org.uk. Welcome to this really strange radio show. It's so strange. Yeah. We all know the joke.
You've got this completed waveform right here, but you've got to add some music. You've introed some music. Coming up next, we have a classic from the Beatles from 1965.
There we go. So what we do, you go up to your first bit that you've done, classic from the Beatles from 1965. Maybe your show intro as well. Grab the whole lot. Why not? Grab the whole lot. Yeah? You then cut. I just Control X, by the way. That was a Control and X. That's keyboard shortcut to cut. That stores it into memory, cuts it from 1. You want to go into your completed show's Audacity file. And I'm going to Control V here. Control and V. Or you could go edit if you're not too confident with keyboard shortcuts. Edit and paste there. And that would paste it into here. So there you go.
And just to prove it, hello, this is my voice.
That's the show intro. Right up to you said. Well, right up to where you said.
We have a classic from the Beatles from 1965.
So you go right to the end of where you said 65. Click off. Click into this grey mass of area here. This will unhighlight this. See that goes white? That means that this grey mass has now been selected. Go into your second, where you've got your audio. Control X again, or cut, or copy even, whatever way. I like to cut. Go into your third, and then Control V here. Don't worry, it's not going to overwrite this. Magic goes right down the bottom. But you think, hang on a minute, that's wrong. That's going to play over my intro. And you're right, it would. But follow these instructions, okay? Click at the end of your section, which is here. You then go with your mouse. You then go to tracks. You then go to align tracks. Align with cursor. And look at that. It is snapped right to where you want it. So now, when you play back.
Coming up next, we have a classic from the Beatles from 1965.
Have the mic on the piano quite low.
And that'll be your song, whatever it is. Do this for your entire radio show. Go backwards and forwards, grabbing bits of your audio here. And then pasting them into here. So that's that, like that, you see? So I'll just paste it back into there. And hopefully, after you've done all of that, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, you'll have a radio show. Once you've done that, and you have an hour-long radio show, what I'd like to do, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's do one more thing. One more thing. Those of you that have got adverts and jingles, do the same thing for adverts and jingles. So those of you that are on Dropbox, that I've sent adverts and jingles to, you can put them in here the same as you did before. Just drop them into your second section here, your second window. That could be anything, it's just a dumps window. Make sure you don't have too many though, because Audacity doesn't like too many audio files, even if they're cut. So once you've used one, there's a little cross here. It's useless, it's an empty file. Just cross it once you've used it. That'll just free up the memory. Once that's done, so you've got some idents as well. Let's put some idents in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Why not? So let's go into my massive hard drive. Go to my FXR MP3s. Go to my jingles folder. Oh, look, there's loads of them in there. Loads of them. Let's go to 2020. We just want a 107.5 there. Drag and drop. Like if you go on Dropbox and I've sent you these 2020 jingles, make sure you put them on your computer. It's so much easier to drag and drop like this. They're already normalized, so cut and paste. Control X if you're on Windows. It's probably Command and X if you're on a Mac. Although while you be editing on a Mac, I don't know. Control V. Boom, you're done. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So once you've done that and you've got adverts as well, because we can also add some ads because we're mad. We're mad for it. Adverts. Magic. March. Any of them. Drag and drop into your second into your dumps. Wait for that to load up. Isn't technology marvellous? I've just dragged that all the way from Felixstowe to Elmswell. It's like 25 miles away. And I come here in like 5 seconds. Technology's magnificent. So double click, make sure it's highlighted. X, Control X. And then go to your end. That's this one here. That will take it to the end of the file. You then go to the top here. Make sure you do like a jigsaw puzzle. You go top, middle, bottom, or top, middle, you know. That way it just sounds nice because it goes one into the other. Control V. So now if we listen back,
Beatles track. Something like this. So you've done this a couple of times and you've outroed songs.
so that's like an outro. Imagine.
You've outroed songs.
107.5 FM, Felixstowe Radio.
Skips a beat.
And that's adverts. Then you put another jingle at the end and you carry on with your show. Do that. Imagine that this is a radio show completed. What you want to do now is scroll all the way to the bottom, go to your dark mass of nothing, click off. Everything is now white. All of your play areas are white. You then click this button here. You then go to File and you go to Export. And you can name it anything. I'll save it to my desktop because I'm lovely like that. And I'll just save it as FXR Program 1. Just like that. You can name it anything you like. Treasure Chest if you're Howard. History Show if you're Julie. Anything. Save. OK. OK, no need to fill the box in. Just leave it blank. And then it will save. And then all you got to do is upload it to your Dropbox if I've given you a folder, or contact one of the tech team once this is all made for you, and then we'll get it and we can put it out on Felixstowe Radio. If you have any more questions, then contact me, Ryan, Dazzy, anybody on the tech team. We'll be happy to listen. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.